Hey friends, it's Friday morning. I'm leaving the farm right now. We are on our way to check out the newest outpost that we're helping establish now. And you know, the Ruju farm is at the edge of the Judean frontier. This place is deep in it. You know, on one hand, I'm ecstatic, thrilled, proud that we have a hand in settling the land of Israel, but there was a time where Ari and I were the last Jews in Judea, the cutting edge. And now we've pushed people ahead of us. And so now we're no longer holding the line. We're not the tip of the spear. We're sort of at the edge of the spear, but there's a new tip. But I'm excited because our fellowship has a hand in restoring, reclaiming, and settling the heart of the land of Israel. So I'm about to leave our property here and go into the little caravan community next to us. And I'm going to stop along the way just to show you how deep into the wilderness we're going. So this should be a fun morning. All right, hey guys, so I just pulled over my car here just to try to show you guys the proportions. Right behind me here, it's already a little bit hard to see it, but right there, that's our house of prayer. So that's the edge of our farm. Behind me here, that's already the Dead Sea. You can see that. That's quite blue now. You can see that. That's like undeniable. All right. Now, the road from our farm here down this way, we're now going south into the desert, right? Because the Dead Sea is this way. Our farm is that way. We're going south. If you look at the road here is, I mean, it's supposed to be a 2-lane road. You know, there are cars going both directions, but I don't think that these roads have been paved since 1948. And if you just keep going down this road, eventually it just turns into a dirt road. It just stops because we're just off into the Judean unknown. But that's what I'm talking about, the edge of the frontier. Now we're going into the frontier. All right, guys, so I've been driving for about 10 minutes now, and I just wanted to stop and show you just the landscape here. I mean, the ground here, I mean, it's just rocks, desert, like nothing can grow here. We're like in the desert now. Our farm is like at the edge of the desert in the mountains. This is already straight up desert. And everything around me is just the Judean desert. When David is like walking through the desert saying, "My soul is thirsty for you, dry like the desert." I mean, this is the desert that he was in. But if you see right behind me here, there's a little Bedouin encampment. And those guys are living without any electricity, without any water that I know of. And they just have made a life here in the middle of the desert. And our friend out here, he's trying to do the same thing in just the middle of the wilderness desert. Anyway, I just wanted to try to, just 10 minutes outside of our farm, and we are already now just deep into the desert. All right, so this is going to be my last stop until we finally get to the place. But what I just wanted to show you here was, this is the luxurious road that we've been traveling on up until now. And now we're about to take a right turn off onto a dirt road to go pretty deep down into the desert. And our place is right up here at the, it's a few mountaintops over. It's hard to see there on the camera. But as if this road in the middle of the desert wasn't enough, we're getting off the road onto a dirt road, and we're going to drive now for about another 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll get to our final place. But next time you come to Israel, this will be an adventure to come and see the place that our fellowship is helping establish in the heart of the Judean desert, connecting Judea to the Dead Sea, and soon to revive this desert. That's going to happen. Okay, I didn't think that I was going to make one more stop, but if you want wild camels in the desert, we got wild camels for you in the desert. I just wanted you to see how deep we are into the desert, that they're just camels walking around here. I must belong to some Bedouin, but just walking around here driving and then seeing wild camels walking around. Why not? All right, we finally got here, and what you see behind me, that's the spot. This is an old British Army base, and the locals, we call it Ruju Manaka, which means a big pile of rocks. That's what this place is called. And if you see behind me here, it's literally one of the most beautiful views in Israel. I'm gonna get my ugly face out of there and just try to show you guys the actual view. Let me just get to the edge here. Check this out. All right, anyway, so this here is Ruju Manaka. This now is the newest and deepest settlement in Judea. And I'm now meeting with the guy who's really taken charge and pushed this forward. He was a general in an elite commando unit in the Israeli army. His children are now grown, and he's taken on a new mission for the Jewish people to settle the land and make this just dump of a place that's used for drug parties and was just a big garbage dump. That's really what it was used for up until now. And he's brought guys here and they're cleaning it up, and slowly but surely we're going to make this place into something beautiful, and invite the world to come and experience the Judean desert like no other place possible. So let me show you what's going on inside. Well, we're about to go in right now, and what you'll see here is that there's a relatively big police and army presence here right now for a Friday afternoon. And that's because there are warnings that there's going to be riots. So there's police, there's army. We've just now gone into the area here, and just this ruin is now slowly but surely actually being renovated. All right, so I told you that we're deep in the desert here. So the way that we have water in this outpost is there's a giant, you can't see it, but there's about 1,200 liter water canister on the roof that supplies all of the water here, and the electricity right now is from the generator in this room here. And so the kitchen is up and running now, slowly but surely. Remember what it looks like now, the graffiti, the gross, the impossible. It's already so much cleaner here now, just after 2 weeks of work. And this is our mission, to make Israel beautiful again. So thank you all from the heart of the Judean desert. Last Shabbat was the first Shabbat that there was a Jewish presence here, and the Palestinian Authority organized a demonstration against the people here, and there were only 2 Jews here at the time, with 1 gun. And so immediately we were called out because we're their closest neighbors. So Ari and my partner Yossi, I wasn't there at the time, quickly just got their M16s, jumped in the car, and drove here on Shabbat. And Ari became famous on the local Arab Facebook pages here as the defender of Judea. Check this out. And so now, this Friday, Intel has it that they're planning now another demonstration. And so the army is here, the police are here, to protect the rights of the people to settle this land. But the first thing that we did was establish a camera system here, and that's really amazing. So very few people can be here, and there's cameras in order to protect the area around from any intrusion, from any type of violation. And so imagine that, to take this garbage dump of a place and to make it beautiful for the world, is a battle. But that is the battle for the land of Israel. And hopefully, as time goes, this place will become more and more beautiful, and we'll have a hand in it. Hi, my name is Jeremy Gimpel. A lot of people want to know exactly what the Land of Israel Fellowship is and what members receive when they join, so let me explain. The Land of Israel Fellowship is a global online community with hundreds of members from over 40 countries around the world. There are live sessions and gatherings that create a direct personal connection to the Land of Israel and to lovers of Israel from around the world. There's no online gathering that I'm familiar with that is connected to the Land of Israel, that unites and brings together such a diverse group of people, backgrounds, and nationalities. It feels like prophecy. It feels like something we need in these times, like a window in to a better future on the horizon. There's a divine unity we experience every week in our fellowship broadcast. We heard these amazing teachings from an authentic Hebrew and Israel perspective and our jaws drop. Not only because they ring so true and are such a blessing, because they are so consistent with what we believe. These Sunday morning gatherings are nothing less than a house of prayer for all nations. Cindy Lowe, the United States of America. The Land of Israel Fellowship is an amazing resource for learning Torah, the Bible, and the prophets, unfiltered and uncensored directly from the land of Israel. We've been studying Torah for almost 20 years, but we feel we are stepping into it more than ever and seeing new depth and dimensions to Scripture. We're encouraged more and more every week. Callan Ardell, USA. Members receive access to all the archives in the library of teachings on every portion of the Torah, the biblical feasts, Hebrew prayer, prophecy, sessions on the ancient wisdom of the prophets of Israel to help us navigate through these turbulent times. These sessions are so rich. I re-listen to each, and truly each session is the best one yet. Tehila is a tremendous asset, and the teachings Ari shares are so rich. I've read the Bible so many times, and I've known the things you are teaching. The Hebrew understanding is what Christians have missed for centuries. Sister Georgian from Germany. The Land of Israel Fellowship is truly unique because it's built upon personal relationships with the teachers of the fellowship. Myself, Rabbi Ari Abramowitz, and Tehila Gimpel. Every member has direct access to the staff 24/6 via email or direct WhatsApp to ask questions, to comment, to connect directly to all the teachers. And over the last years, we've connected to some of the most beautiful people on the planet. So if you want to find out more and join the Land of Israel Fellowship, you can click on the link below. And if you want to try it out for just a month, you can email fellowship@thelandofisrael.com and we'll hook you up. I hope to see you. Shalom from the mountains of Judea.